Red Sox were wheeling and dealing a little bit yesterday. Craig Breslow spoke to the media in a Zoom after making a deal for Sonny Gray from the St. Louis Cardinals. They traded away prospect Brandon Clark and Richard Fitz. Here was Craig Breslow talking about the Sonny Gray trade and if they're still open to opportunities in the rest of the offseason. Here was Craig Breslow.
He was somebody that we had interest in, but it's early in the offseason and there's interest across a whole span of players. But I just think it could make sense given our interest in building the best team we possibly can in 2026, and that potentially lining up with what St. Louis is trying to accomplish. And when you think about what Sonny has been in this league, it's a guy who's pitched at the front of rotations, and those things that we think pitchers carry from year to year, things like strikeout rates and walk rates and ability to to stay off barrels. He excels there. So we're really excited about adding a guy that was coming off back-to-back 200 strikeout seasons and shouldering significant workload. Like I said, I don't want to kind of paint ourselves into a corner here. We felt like there was an opportunity to upgrade our rotation in 2026, and so we did that. It's early in the offseason. There are still opportunities that I anticipate materializing. Exactly what those look like, I'm not sure, but we're not going to close off any chance to make the team better.
Okay, just don't get me a 3 or a 4 and try to sell me that it's a 2, because it's not. So as long as that is the understanding, you're not gonna, Sean, are you gonna be satisfied if that's all they do as an upgrade when it comes to pitching?
Absolutely not.
I don't think most people are. So as you said quite accurately this morning, it's basically Giolito. The money's the same. I think there's more of an upside with Sonny Gray, just because Giolito has the injury thing and is kind of on the downswing. So but it's not a legit true number 2 starter.
I think this is just. It makes sense, right? Clearly, John Henry has put Craig Breslow on some sort of budget. I think we all seem to agree on that. And so the only way you can work around the budget is find affordable talent and trade away prospects to get that talent. And so Joe Ryan fits that category. You bring in Joe Ryan, and then you have Crochet, Ryan, Sonny Gray, Brian Bayo, and then Connolly Early is your 5. Or if you have to trade him away, regardless, you have a legitimate top 4 there. And then you use the limited amount of cash resource you have to sign a bat like Pete Alonso or bringing back Alex Bregman, and that to me would be a successful offseason. If you get one of those 2 bats and bring in Joe Ryan alongside Sonny Gray, you had a very, very successful offseason.